What does it actually mean to become German? Is it all about passport or something deeper? Because after a decade living in Berlin, I realized that you don't become German the day you receive your passport. You become German the day you start understanding and accepting how this country works. And in this video today, I want to share with you how it really looks like. And let me start from the common stereotypes that Germans are often viewed as extremely punctual, organized, and hardworking with a strong emphasis on efficiency in work and life. And in many ways, I see this true. But with one important remark, being efficient in Germany is not about working endless hours or being workaholic. It's about clear prioritization. When you are at work, your only priority is job, focused thinking, clear execution, and deliverable results. But when work is over, people truly switch off. They leave the office guilt-free to meet friends, go to the theater or the bigger garden, or head to the stadium for a football game or a concert. From what I've seen, that's how my German colleagues approach life, and honestly, I really respect this clear separation between work and personal life, because I truly believe that this approach that what really helps people to accelerate at work when the work is done in meaningful hours without constant procrastination. And that's I personally try to learn from Germans a lot. Another common stereotype is that Germans love rules, bureaucracy, and order. Ordnung muss sein. This shows up everywhere. Quiet hours after 10 p.m. every day and on Sunday full day, closed shops on Sunday, recycling and waste separation, and yes, no jaywalking. Although in Berlin, let's be honest, people do cross on roads sometimes. But overall, I actually see the advantage of all these existing rules. Because when the society agrees on the system and people respect it, life becomes easier for everyone. And I might already sound very much like a German when I say it, but it's like a board game. When everyone follows the rule, the game actually works and becomes enjoyable. I know many people complain about German bureaucracy, but as an immigrant, I actually appreciated the structure. When I was new in this country, the clear steps, required documents list, clear timelines gave me a sense of direction. At least that was my experience, and over time, I've really learned to value all the benefits it gives, especially when you are just a newbie in new country and learn everything on your own. But let me mention another stereotype that German communication is often described as blunt or too direct. And yes, it can feel like that maybe from the first sight, but as an employee, I see a huge benefit in this style of communication. There is less reading between the lines needed and less sugarcoating. At work, this creates clarity and brings focus on actions, makes meeting more efficient and decision more faster. Instead of endless conversation discussing one and the same topic, people focus on what needs to be done next. Although I have to say sometimes small talks need to be intentionally put it into agenda because otherwise it might be just not happen because people will just simply jump straight away to the business discussion. And I'm actually curious here, do you think this is something uniquely German, or have you seen similar communication style in other countries? But let's move on to yet another stereotype, which I found very accurate, is that the Germans love nature and traveling. Hiking, cycling, short and long distance trips, it's a part of life here. For example, Mallorca is so beloved by Germans as a place for holidays that it's been called the 17th federal state of Germany. Overall, Germany is very well located and people travel frequently because of its ease, often with the whole family. There is even a concept called Ferienwohnung, holidays apartment, which existed long before the platform like Airbnb was introduced. When I travel across the country, I often see families hiking together, elderly groups of friends having fun commuting to the new destination for a small trip, and overall people walking outside regardless how the weather is changing. And even in the big city like Berlin, the nature is just a matter of 20 minutes ride. People cycle everywhere, spend time by the river after work, or escape the weekend to the nearby lakes. There is strong connection to the nature, and traveling culture with the wide range of opportunities to explore new city almost every month, if you will. And I personally adopted this lifestyle really quickly, learning how to make each trip even more affordable if you plan it in advance. And this is something that German people like to do, to plan life in a year ahead. And this is really fun to me, to commit to the next trip, book everything in advance, and maybe in a half a year, live with the notion of upcoming trip that is already prepared for you and just waiting time to come. And with all that said, it actually brings me to the final point. That's where I find the real answer. Becoming German is not about copying stereotypes or criticizing, complaining about them. No, it's rather about understanding the system of values and intentionally choosing to accept them. This is about adding new layers to your way of thinking, your working, and communicating. And honestly, at the beginning, I felt like I had to perfectly fit in order to feel this place as mine, to follow every rule, speak perfectly, understand everything. But over the years, I realized that it's not about perfection. In this sense, immigration and integration all comes to showing up, learning the rules, and showing respect to them, and slowly finding your own place inside the new system and just living your life. And for me, one day the moment came when I finally understood that yes, I wasn't born here, but because I choose this country again and again, even when it's not so easy and not all perfect, that's when I realized that Germany is my country. Not just because of the documents, but because I choose to understand it, to accept it, and to grow within this new system of values. And maybe that's what being a self made German really means to me. But here I'm really curious to hear more about your experience. Do you recognize those stereotypes about Germans and which one are true or false for you? Maybe you would like to add something to my stereotypes list, or would be really happy to see if you are German and you can contribute to the stereotypes list. Anyway, looking forward to chatting with you in the comment section below, and let's see each other in my next video. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.